come hang out.
Ice up, son. What's up? Ice up, son. What's up? Carolina keep pounding. Carolina keep pounding. The Panthers on a prowl. We'll continue driving down the field to the red zone. We just got a first down. Ted Smitty on the loose, wide open. Ted again. Stack 6 more on the board, looking like a win. With the 6-game winning streak, put them out their misery. Brady wanna cry when the ref threw the penalty. Panthers got a hot team, Patriots the enemy. Draw the first blood, different team than we used to be. Cam swerving through the traffic, signaling a first down. Fans on their feet and the crowd getting really loud. Offense did a job off the field, there's the towel. Bank of America, stadium is going down. Defense got him pushed back to the end zone. Hardy with the sack, that's a safety and we got the ball. Rushing on your shotgun, staring at the barrel, y'all. All New England fans hear him saying that ain't fair at all. Ice up, son, what's up? Ice up, son, what's up? Carolina keep pounding. Carolina keep pounding. Ice up, son, what's up? Ice up, son, what's up? Carolina keep pounding. Carolina keep pounding.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down low if you feel like doing so. And don't forget to check out the Facebook group page. Keep pounding in all caps for in-game posts, polls, opinions, and reactions to NFL news such as scheduling for the channel and for the Yahoo Sports Fantasy Football League. If you want to get your hands on an intro like the one you see on the screen, check out Lindara Ty on Instagram. She does videos, panels, etc. And I just think it's really cool. I love this intro. We've been running it all season long, and it's Ty Tai dot Lindara Lindara is what you search in Instagram, and she's looking for new clients. She's very patient, works well with others, and is just an all-around awesome person to work with. Lindara Ty on Instagram. Alright. Shall we, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to clean up some stuff here. Let me see. And get this camera working. There we go. Now then. I did buy a brand new mic. Check this out. It's a HyperX. It's a beautiful microphone. And I love it. Let me know how it sounds. You guys let me know, alright? But yeah. Let's get this mock draft Monday stream started here. Definitely excited for this one. Here we go. So as you can see, I'm doing all 7 rounds. Slow, standard, Let's go. Now, I'm going to show you guys something. Now, if you do this on NFL Mock Draft Database Simulator, here's what you're going to do. Since we have 2 7s, I want to trade with Buffalo, specifically for the 204. Here's the thing, though. It has to be both 7s. Now, I want that 204 for a very specific reason. Done. That's the only other team you're going to be able to trade that with is Denver. And the reason being is that Denver has the 205 or 206. I think Denver has the 206, if I'm not mistaken. So, with that being the case, we're going to go in here and we're going to start this up. Let's see what happens. The only negative thing about this site, you know, when you do mock drafts, is you can't see who picked before where you picked. You know what I mean? So that's a negative, but we're gonna go ahead and do it. Let's get started. Okay, Travis Hunter, Kevin Banks. Alright, so we have a trade offer to go down to 3rd round with Green Bay. That's going to be a pass. Now we're going to have a choice between Graham and Carter. Now you're going to see mock drafts of 3 different kinds here. You're going to see people going for McMillan, Graham, or Carter. One of the 3 doors is going to show up in most people's mocks when you play this mock draft simulator, in particular on this website. Now, I'm going to run a mock draft where we go for Mason Graham this first time, because Mason Graham is here. So let's go and grab him. We get our A. Now, I'm targeting somebody very specific at edge at 57. And there's a reason I'm not moving up to go grab him. You know what I mean? Because he's going to come down to us. And what's interesting about these mock draft simulators is that in a lot of cases I've seen where we have the option of Nick Emmanwori from South Carolina and Kyle Kennard to choose from. You also have Irizaku down here from Boston College. You've got Jalot at 85 to choose from as well, and very rarely you'll see Landon Jackson show up. But I'm gonna be honest here, the pick has got to be Kyle Kennard, because if you look at what's here, I'm not going running back this early. I've got a couple of options I like later on. Offensive tackle, I'm not jumping on that immediately. Tight end, I'm not in a hurry for that. Wide receiver, I mean, you could go for Russ Perot if you wanted to. But, you know, I'm not feeling it. Guard, I think we could wait on guard for a little bit here, too. But if you miss on Mason Graham, here's the problem. You've got Alfred Collins here. That could be an option. Shamar Turner. I like Capehart. I vouch for him. Ty Hamilton. And, I mean, like, you could go down as far as Tonka and Cam Jackson. But I wouldn't go any further than that. Like, defensive tackle isn't as strong this year as it normally is. You know, take that into consideration. I'm liking Barrett Carter at 74 here. And I think that is going to be the move. Because I do see an opportunity for some other stuff too. Oh, I didn't know Tate was going to be on here too. Interesting. Okay. I didn't know he was an option this year. Honestly, I didn't. If you want Danny Stutzman, 57 is your chance to get him. He will show up at 57, regardless of what else is on the board. That I know for sure. And I know that our affinity towards not picking up Clemson players is pretty strong. So, if we don't go for Barrett Carter, you know, then Stutzman would probably be the option, you know, at 57. You would have to choose between Stutzman and Kyle Kennard at 57. Because Kyle Kennard is not going to be there after 57 either. So you've got to make your choice, you know, in the second round. This is a tough choice. And that's why I like Mason Graham for the first round. Because that way you got the defensive tackle out of the way. You don't have to worry about that position anymore. You've got it taken care of. Now you can move on to the bigger positions. You can start attacking. You know what I mean? At pass rusher or at linebacker. Which is really what we need, is a pass rusher or a linebacker here. And due to the fact that I like I do like Jalot. I do. But at the same time, like, the opportunity, I like Barrett Carter too. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go for Barrett Carter this time around. We're going to go for Kyle Kennard. Let's see if our man shows up here. Yeah, Carter's still there. Cool. Awesome. That's exactly what I wanted to do. And I don't like moving down all the way to 97 or 95 here. That's not the play. Although I do like the 5th rounder that the Vikings are trying to tout here. I like the value, but that's not what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? That's good trade value. That's very good trade value, but not what I'm looking for. All right, so now that you've gotten your defensive tackle, you've gotten your defensive edge. Now you can go for linebacker. Barrett Carter, Chris Paul Jr. Are your two options, really. You could go down as far as Jeffrey Bossa, but I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't. And I think, like, based on what's here, yes, you could go Respro. But I see a couple of other good wide receivers sitting on the board here that I do like. And this is a wide receiver rich room this year, which it normally is. If you like running backs, Henderson is a good one. I like Devin Neal personally. Dylan Sampson, I've had the pleasure of watching as well. I like him. So, I mean, there's some really good running backs in this board. If you want to go offensive lineman here, I mean, it just depends on what you're looking for, you know, depth-wise. I have a couple of names, but again, I'm not going to say them on stream or show them to you on stream. So when I do pick these offensive linemen, I will be blacking out the screen temporarily as I pick them. So keep that in mind. So you'll see the typical keep pounding background when I'm doing that. So I will be hiding the screen, because there are a couple of picks that I would like to make here that I don't want people to know about. But in this case, I think the pick has to be Barrett Carter. I do like Jalot. I do like Mukaba. I like Mukaba. Mukaba's a solid safety. There's a couple of good ones here. Lathan is pretty good. It just depends on what you're looking for. You know what I mean? And like I said, I think we need a nickel corner to help out Charles Smith-Wade, you know, in the depth chart. But that's just my opinion. Maybe we sign one. Maybe we don't in free agency. You know, it depends on how much money we can free up in the next month here with the re-signings and cuts and everything else. So we already made 2 signings today, which I do want to cover real quick. I was just looking at the depth chart, but just to see where we're at. So we have signed Carlos Boogie Basham, the linebacker, and tight end James Mitchell to future contracts. So for those of you that have not seen this news here, it's on the main website. Basham was a second-round pick of the Bills in 2021 out of Wake Forest. Dan Morgan was in the GM seat when this man was drafted in Buffalo. And he was traded to the Giants in 2023. It's unclear what that trade value was. He played in 40 games over 4 seasons and has 4.5 sacks. which is kind of underwhelming if that's what you're looking for out of a linebacker for sack reasons. But at the same time, like, you can't really fault him because he was being used more as a run stopper. So this would be a 3-4 move, I believe. Mitchell was a former 5th-round pick of the Lions, who was on his practice squad. 6'4", 246, from Virginia Tech. 30 games in 3 seasons, 13 catches, 141 yards, and a touchdown for this gentleman. Here, so those are your future signings. They'll join a big list of future signings that we have taken care of. But I need that depth chart on the screen there for our mock draft reasons. We're gonna go ahead and draft Barrett Carter. Seattle got Jackson Dart. Resboro's gone. Mukuba's gone. Lackey. Phil Maffa. Ooh, they reached on Phil Maffa. They reached on Phil Maffa. Hold up now. I'm about to do something crazy. Y'all ready for this? I already know what that 112 is going to be. Oh, shoot. Now, I know what the 112 is going to be, but my question is, what is 109 going to be? We do have the option of Tez Johnson here. We're going to go ahead and assume that we extend Andy Dalton. You know, so we don't need a quarterback in this mock draft. So, I do see one of the names I want to draft, but I'm not going to draft him in this one. I also see another one that I want to go after, and I'm not going to do it right now, too. So. We do have K-Part. We could double up a defensive end. That is a thing that we could do. Or defensive tackle, should you so choose to do so. I think Tez is the move here. Honestly, I think Tez is the move. Yeah, let's get Tez. Alright. Now, we have the opportunity to move out of 112, and I'm not too keen on doing that. We have Devin Neal versus Raheem Sanders. Oh, man, this is a tough one for me. This is a really tough one for me. Because I want to go running back here, and I want to pick up one of these two gentlemen here. With this 112. While I like Dylan, he's just not as good as Devin Neal and Sanders. I'm sorry, he's just not. You know, with all due respect to Dylan. If you've watched both of these gentlemen play at running back, you know why I'm choosing who I'm choosing. I'm going to be real with you. Devin Neal has a lot more potential than Raheem Sanders does. And with South Carolina Gamecocks running backs, it does take them a little bit to get adapted into the NFL. But once they do start beasting. But Devin Neal will adapt quicker. He's much smarter. He's more agile. He's just the better pick here. Or we could go Malachi Moore. Now, I had suggested that we pay top 5 money for a safety in free agency. Let's assume we do that. Let's assume we're not looking for a safety. You know, there are a couple of options in here. You got Billy Bowman. You got Xavier Scott. You got Kenny Gallup. You know, at this rate, at this area that you could choose from. But we're going to assume that we get our safety, you know, in free agency. So what I'm going to be looking at is running back here. So it's going to be Devin Neal versus Sanders. And I'm going to choose Devin Neal. And I know what I'm doing. Because I've seen what these guys could do, man. I have. And I'm not willing to let that go. That's just too juicy to pass up on, man. It really is. Devin Neal is a monster. If you've seen him run, like, the dude can plow through some defensive lines. Alright, Raiders want me to move down to 142. They want to give me a 6th round and a 7th. Proper value. Proper value. That's way better value. But I need that 4th to be this year, though. I like it, though, Lions. I like it. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Since Malachi Moore is still here, we do need a tight end. But I'm not in a hurry to pick up Arroyo. I feel like he's going to stay there for a little bit longer. If he doesn't, you still got Jake down here from Clemson. Or Terrence Ferguson. So, I mean, we're not in a hurry to jump on that just yet. But we really do need some secondary help. Or we could double up at wide receiver. There's Jack Beck. Jack Beck's a pretty solid one. I like his numbers. They pop out to you. You know, for a TCU wide receiver, it's kind of unusual to see numbers like that. It caught my attention. I am looking for a nickel corner, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for. I think I have an idea of who I want to go grab in a little bit, but if you want to double up a defensive tackle, there's Jamboree Caldwell. I scouted him last year. And to me, it's going to be between Arroyo and Malachi Moore for this pick. Mainly for the fact that, you know, Arroyo is a solid tight end. I think you've got another option at tight end if you miss on Arroyo here. And we do need safety help bad. So, let me see what's at linebacker real quick. Demetrius Knight. Interesting. Okay. Jay Higgins is an interesting linebacker. I like Jack Kaiser. Jack Kaiser's a solid one. I haven't gotten a chance to watch Cody Simon that much. Honestly, I feel like we've gotten our coverage linebacker, though. Like, we've got a lot of run-stopping linebackers, but we don't have a coverage linebacker predominantly that can also run cover, too. You know what I mean? And that's what Barrett does. He can do both. And that's why I like him. But I know our management's not going to go for that because we don't go for Clemson players. So, I do have an alternative, but I'm not going to say it on stream. I think my teammates, you know, and my team chat know who it is, but I'm not going to say it. So like I said, it's between Malachi Moore and Arroyo here. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Malachi Moore because I know Arroyo is going to sit there for a bit. Let me see. Jack is still here. Interesting. He won't be there after this. That's a left tackle right there. And Malachi Moore most likely won't be there after this. So, that's tough. That's a tough one for me right there. You got 3 really good options here at 139. And all 3 of them help us. You know what I'm saying? Like, all 3 of us could help us immediately at those 3 positions. Tight end, I feel like could wait. Because I have seen Arroyo just sit there for a couple of rounds. Which is interesting. Malachi Moore sits there for a little bit, but not too long. So it's going to be Malachi Moore versus Jack Nelson. And Jack Nelson will be gone. So, as I said before, I think let's pick up the top 5 and safeties in safety money. Let's go Jack. And that's exactly what I was afraid of. One of the people that I wanted is gone now. Dang. That's a shame. But Malachi Moore is still there. So is Arroyo. Oh, Arroyo's gone. Alright, so Terrace Ferguson. Mitchell Evans, I'm not impressed with Mitchell Evans, to be honest. He just doesn't fit what we're looking for. He can't block. As well as some of his counterparts. And if you're going to be on this offense, you've got to be able to block. Period. Point blank, period. We've got Brooks that can block. We've got Tremble that could block. You know, Ian Thomas that can somewhat block. It's iffy. And then you've got Jordan Matthews that can catch, but he can't block. Felipe can block, but he can't catch. I might have that flip-flop between those two. I'm not sure which. One could do which one. You Y'all have to remind me on that. But they're opposites though. One of them could do that, one of them can't. You know what I mean? One of them can catch, the other one can't. And I forget which one can do which offhand. But point being, we do need a solid number 3 tight end. That way we can do away with Ian Thomas. We could do away with Jordan Matthews, Felipe Franks, and just be done with it. You know what I mean? And have a guy on our practice squad that could block, you know, but not necessarily catch, which would probably be Jordan Matthews, if I had to guess. But so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and get Malachi Moore. I want somebody that can play safety for me. I need some safety help. This is a good move. Meanwhile, all the pieces that I wanted, you know, are going off the board. But that's okay. Shout out Marcos Cash. How you doing, man? Alright, so we got 4 trade offers. Raiders want me to move for picks next year. No. Dolphins want me to move the 7th round. No. Washington wants me to move to next year's picks. No. No. Alright. So, being that we really could use some help at tight end, you know, at 3rd string tight end, I'm willing to explore the Terrence Ferguson here. I'm willing to explore that. I do vouch for Jake from Clemson, but am I willing to push for that? Probably not. I want to see what's over here at guard. Okay, not much. Cool. Now, we could double up at linebacker. We could go Jack Kaiser here. Cody Simon's also an option. Jay Higgins is also solid too. At wide receiver, you could double up at wide receiver. You could go for Jack Beck. There's a couple of other options on this list here at wide receiver that you could jump on, but honestly, I don't think it's worth it. I've already got my wide receiver. I like Tess Johnson. I'm happy with it. I've got my running back. I'm happy with that. However, Raheem Sanders is out here, man, and I'm telling you, that is tempting. That is incredibly tempting. I got Devin Neal. But, I mean, if you want to compare Devin Neal to Raheem Sanders, man, both of these running backs are really, really tough, powerful runners. And it's a tough, tough choice. I'm telling you, it is tough. I don't know which one I would choose. I'm going to be real with you. In the case of Marcus Lattimore, it took him a little bit to learn the system and get adapted to the NFL and get up to speed. Whereas when you have Kansas running backs like Devin Neal, it may take less time and they can make more of an impact right away. And we have had injuries with Brooks and Miles Sanders, so that would be a good pick for me is Devin Neal here. RJ Harvey is him. Who's RJ Harvey? Tell me about him, Anish, because I'm not familiar with that name. But yeah, between the two running backs, Devin Neal is definitely the choice. Absolutely the choice. He can make an impact right away. So I think for this pick, and it's surprising to see Raheem Sanders still here too, by the way. This wouldn't happen on an actual draft day. 162. I am still looking for a nickel corner to help out our guy from last year that we got. So, but I'm also still looking for some offensive line help at depth. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this pick, but I'm going to hide the screen because I don't want you guys to see who I'm picking here. Because this is going to be one of the picks that my team has selected. So, I'm going to do that real quick. Because we do have scouts that check out these streams. They do want to know what's going on here. They do want to know what we're picking, and they want an inside edge. So they're not going to get it here. Okay? By the way, I'm running with the new mic. Let me know how it sounds. This is a HyperX mic, and I really like it. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid. Alright. Let me hide this. Because I already know who I'm picking. Alright, so at 204. Oh, okay. He's a running back. Got you. Very, very productive at UCF versus carried that team insanely and had no quarterback through the whole season, but he was the only reason that they won the games they won. Wow. Okay. I'll check him out. I'll take a look. All right. Now, the reason I have a 204 pick is because I traded 2 7s up for a 6th round 204, specifically with the Buffalo Bills. Now, what do I plan on doing with that? We'll see in just a moment. And see, like, I got 2 teams trying to get me to trade back in the 7th. It ain't gonna happen. So, oh God, there's a West Virginia quarterback on the board still. The last time we got a West Virginia quarterback, that did not end well. That did not end well at all. Oh gosh. Whew. Terrible. Let me see what's out here real quick before I jump on this, you know what I mean? Do I believe that Leggett could be a number 1 wide receiver? Maybe. He's got to stop dropping balls, though. Because this dude was dropping passes like hotcakes in the last 3 games of the year. And I was not happy with that. So, get this man a jug machine and get him working. You know what I mean? During this offseason. I don't want to see him dropping any more balls. Who would I nominate as the number 1 wide receiver? Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen was actually the number 1 wide receiver for Minnesota when he was with them. And I don't see any reason why he couldn't be a number 1 wide receiver here. The question is, how much do you plan on using Adam Thielen? You know, with Coker doing his thing, you know, and once XL starts catching the ball, then you got options, you know what I mean? So, like, it's not like we don't have options to choose from, you know, for the 2, 3, 4 spots. It's just we don't have a bona fide number one wide receiver, which is why, the management went out of their way to say in a statement, we are making it a top priority to go after a wide receiver in free agency. Do I agree with this assessment? Not necessarily. I think our top priority needs to be that defensive line because it was atrociously bad last year. Which is exactly why I'm not, pushing for a top graded number one wide receiver. Like, there's still somebody out there, that fits the bill for a cheaper price. A few of them out there that you can make a number one. But you only need him for a few years until you could draft a number one wide receiver and groom him, And that's exactly what I plan on doing, is getting a wide receiver and getting a in free agency and drafting one. You see what I mean? Like, that's why I believe that is the proper strategy. That way, one of the two is going to become your number one wide receiver at some point. Now, the question is which one? And when you go into free agency, you're going for people that have been in the league for quite a while. So that is the downside to doing that. And you have guys that are younger and really good coming up to the draft that can be a number one wide receiver, but why would you want to spend a top 10 pick on that? You know what I'm saying? In the first 2 rounds? No. When you can get wide receivers like water in free agency. Like, it's going to be... There's a lot of wide receivers coming out of and wanting to test free agency. Let's see. Garrett Green, he was horrible at West Virginia. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like, any quarterbacks coming out of West Virginia right now, I don't trust them. I just don't trust them. Like, once you get past the 200 mark at quarterback, no. That's a no from me. Now, if you're going back to the well at defensive end this late in the draft, Savion Jones would be a good option for you. He's a solid defensive end. Good numbers from what I saw. I still have a little bit of research to do on some of these guys. This is just early research, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. And I'm locking down on certain players that I'm putting into my draft board. And the team seems to agree with me on these picks too. We've been running through them, and they like what they see as well. So we're all in agreement. We're pretty much unified, which is a good thing this year. Because we need everybody to be unified in that team chat and just on board with which ones we officially go with. That way, when we drop those names, during March and April at the proper times, and our management manages to pick up on them before the scouts do, that will be a great thing. So, who are your top players for the Panthers can draft in the first round? As far as the first round, I like Mason Graham. I like who's the defensive end? The guy from Penn State. You've also got I'll have to go through them again, but you know. Let me just finish up this draft real quick, and I'll show you the names once we go back through. But I am looking for some help for a corner. But there is Jack Kaiser. You know what? That is tempting. That's very tempting. I don't know why he's still on the board, but that's very tempting. We could use another linebacker. For sure. And I'm sure we could pick up a nickel corner somewhere. You know, in free agency for cheap. We could ride out the tight end situation, you know, at number 3. That shouldn't be a problem, you know, for a year. Same situation we had before, you know, just extend Jordan Matthews. And I don't see where that would be a problem. Just switch him out with Felipe Franks and just have them both battle it out for that third spot. You know, loser goes on practice squad. Yeah. We really only needed one coverage linebacker, but a second one cannot hurt. Definitely cannot hurt. At this rate. I wanted to solidify the tight end number 3 spot, but this is tempting. This is way too tempting for me to ignore. Let me see who's still there on the offensive line real quick, just out of curiosity. I didn't know Marcus Tate was going to be on here. Interesting. Okay. That kind of took me off guard there. I do have a corner option, but I'm going to save that name for later. Yeah, let's just go ahead and let's look up Jack Kaiser real quick. I want to see his draft profile real quick. Yeah, I want to see what we're dealing with here. 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 75 tackles, 47 solo. Multi-role linebacker. Decent measurables. Oh, he could definitely tackle, that's for sure. Oh, we need that. We need that desperately. He's a run defender, mostly, but he can play coverage as well. Yeah. Yeah, I mess with Jack Kaiser right now. I mess with this. Yep. I like this pick. I like this pick, and I think this is the one that we green light right now. What do they suggest that we get? Jared Wilson, Brooks. They want us to go for Vernon. Ooh, Jeremy Caldwell. You know what? Let me see about Jamboree, though. Let me see about Jamboree. That caught my attention. 1 forced fumble, 29 tackles, 16 solo. Oof. Horrible tackling. Oh, no. 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 No, the pick is definitely Jack Kaiser. It's definitely Jack Kaiser. There's no question. Locking it in. That's A's and B's, ladies and gentlemen. A's and B's. We didn't get our corner, we didn't get our tight end, and that is perfectly okay. And we're going to operate under the assumption that we re-sign Andy Dalton in this mock draft. I'm happy with it. I think this is a solid draft. You know, this is without really moving around or doing anything extra. This is just moving two seventh rounders, you know, one from this year and one from next year, up for a 204, you know, with the Buffalo Bills, you know, to ensure that you get that last pick that you need. Because, I mean, 7th round is garbage time. You're not going to get much. It's usually punters, kickers, you know, extra wide receivers that don't get drafted in the 5th or 6th round. You know, it's garbage time. You know, so realistically, like, I've touched on every major position that we have. I got defensive tackle, I got edge rusher, I got linebacker, I got wide receiver, I got running back, tackle, safety, guard, and doubled up at linebacker. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and save that. But yeah, as you can see, that's the only trade I made, is to pick up that 204. And I wanted the 204 specifically for that reason, is to pick up my offensive lineman that I had in mind. Because otherwise, like, it's a reach. You know what I mean? If you're going for him sooner than the 204 point area, then it's a reach for the guy I have in mind. So I'm not going to push that, but I like it though. I think it's a solid mock. So let's go again. We're going to slow so we can take our time with this. I am once again going to trade with Buffalo. The 2 7s for the 204. You could also trade with Denver for a 20. I think it's either a 203 or a 205. And if you're moving 2 7s, they'll accept it. But I think this is a smart move because of the fact that you're moving up into the 6th round where all the talent is. It's a very smart move. And I highly recommend GMs start doing that. You know, if you have some talent that you see in that 6th round, jump on it. You know, don't wait. You know, push that envelope with that trade early. Because once you get down to the 5th round, people are not going to want to push that trade. They're not going to want to go for it. So you gotta jump on it early in day 1 or early in day 2 if you want to make that trade. Or before the draft is fine too. Personally, I prefer before the draft because I have no use for 7s. I have 0 use for 7th rounders. Only time I've used 7th rounders is when I really, really needed the players. And that's been desperation time. Alright, so let me get to these comments. You mentioned RJ Harvey. Let's take a look at him. I'm with it, man. Yeah, here we go. Let's see what we got here. Whoa! Look at those numbers. For Central Florida, that is crazy. That's what you want to see right there. This is the type of numbers you want to see. Because a player like this, you could plug back into the SEC and compare him with the rest of these running backs Um, and he'll put up very, very good numbers in the SEC if he's plugged in there, you know. So you're looking for overinflated numbers, you know, for out of conference, you know, out of a powerful conference, you know, such as Central Florida is in what conference are they in actually? Um, Big 12. Big 12. All right, so when you're dealing with Big 12, you expect to see overinflated numbers, such as these. This is exactly what I'm talking about. All right, nice 40 time. Very nice 40 time. I like that 4.41, man. Yeah, that's fire right there. That's fire. That's fire. All right, so you got decent measurables here. Okay. Good rushing, good broken tackles. Um he's not really a receiver. He can't block and he can't run block at all. Hmm. And see, that's going to hurt him. The fact that he can't block, that's going to hurt him. So that's why you're going to see him drop. Because a lot of these teams are looking for a dual threat running back. Where they can go out for screen passes. They can go out for short little burst routes and stuff like that. You know, this is what the NFL has adapted to at the running back role. They want you to do both. You know, because they're trying to fit two positions into one player so that they can save a roster spot and also get the most out of that player. So, yeah, while he can run, he's not a receiver at all. And he can't block. And the fact that he can't block, that's definitely going to hurt him. That's why he's listed as undrafted. Right there. So he'll be sitting about probably 5th, 6th round. Before anybody will even look his direction. Because of that reason. He may not get drafted at all because he can't catch. That's also a very big detriment. Now, if he does well in the combine, that could strengthen his value. But we'll see. You know what I mean? People are going to be looking at that 40 time, and that's what's going to boost his value. But you got to be able to show hands. And if you can't show hands in the combine, you're screwed. You know, sorry to say it, but I like your pitch for him. I do, Anish. I think it's a very good pitch. And you got my attention with it because, yeah, those are good numbers. But how did he get those numbers? You know, you got to put that into perspective. And who was he playing against? There's that too. So, okay. Who are your top players for the Panthers that could draft in the first round? We'll get to those in a second. Your top ones are Carter, Mason Graham, James Pierce Jr. Okay. I didn't originally have James Pierce Jr. on my list, but yes. I could see that. I could definitely see that. I think when you're sitting down here, I've got McMillan on this list too. You never know if McMillan might drop. Will Campbell, Mikael Williams. Yeah, James Pierce Jr. could definitely be an option. Jelon Walker could be an interesting one too. I'm not as big on Starks as everybody else is. I think he's a good safety, but this early, are you sure you want to jump on a safety that early? You know, that's my problem with that. And where's my boy? There he is. I see him. All right. Okay. Let's see how this plays out. Now remember, when you're using this website, you can't see who was drafted before you make your pick. So, only the one pick before you make yours. Oh, you say let Andy Dalton walk and get Teddy Bridgewater back? I'm not opposed to that. I'm definitely not opposed to that. We definitely did not use Teddy Bridgewater correctly. And I think in a West Coast, Teddy Bridgewater would be very interesting. That's an interesting idea, Joel. I didn't even think about that. But he wasn't on my radar until this week. So, smart thinking. Smart thinking. They may let him go, honestly. But I think the priority of free agency is we've got to re-sign Brady Christensen. That is an absolute must. I don't care what else we spend money on. Brady Christensen's got to be the first priority. Because that dude is a multi-role monster for us on the offense. And if we lose that, we would be idiots to lose that. Unless you're letting him go and then re-signing him at a cheaper price. You know, I've seen that happen before. Don't be surprised if that does happen. But, you know, if you see him released, hold your breath. And, I mean, because it's going to be a scary, bumpy ride if we let him get to another team and he starts for another team. This is not something we can allow. Alright, so let's get this whole thing started here. Let's see where everybody goes. Cam Ward, Sanders, Campbell, Johnson, Burden. Alright. Lions want me to move down to the second round. We pick up a fourth and a round 1 next year. Interesting value. But I'm going to have to say no. Bengals want me to move to 17. We pick up a second and a fourth. Oh, man. Let's see what's here. Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Mason Graham. Okay. Alright. I'm going to leave it up to chat on this one. Which one of the two do you want to see me pick up? Do you want to see me pick up Carter or Graham? I'm going to let you guys decide. Alright, I think for this one, I didn't expect Travis Hunter to be here, to be honest. Wasn't he? He was the one that won the Heisman Trophy, right? Yeah. This is tempting right here. Ooh. He wants to go to a team where he can play corner and he can also play wide receiver. Now, the problem is, once you play enough corner position, it's going to wear you out. You're not going to be able to play wide receiver at the NFL level. You know, you're not going to be able to do both at the NFL level. You got to pick one. And he's going to have to choose one. So the problem here is, like, yeah, we could get him, but is this the correct choice? No. I'm going to have to go Mason Graham here. I'm sorry. It's just a smart call. You know, it's the smart call. There aren't many defensive tackles that I really trust on that list. And it's just the smarter move to make. You know, you got a lot of defensive ends that are still going to be there second round. Linebackers, safeties, edge, running backs. You know, you got a lot of weaponry sitting there in the second round. So, I mean, Mason Graham makes the most sense at number 8. Okay, there goes Kyle Kennard. Now, my question is, and these are garbage trades, by the way. There he is, Nick Emmanwori. Now, because of the fact that we missed out on Kyle Kennard, we're going to have to dive back in here and we're going to have to get Jalot. Or if you want to wait long enough, you can get Savion Jones, but I wouldn't do that. I would just go in and I would get Ashton right out of the gate. Because if you don't, you're going to regret it. You can get him second round before somebody grabs him. I doubt he survives to the third. You never know. If Mike Green is still sitting there in the second round, I'd say trade up for him. Who's Mike Green? Who's that? You got to understand, like, I'm new to a lot of these new names on this list. Like, I've only been doing mock drafts for like 3 weeks now. So, these are fresh names for me. I'm still learning all of them, and I'm still trying to figure out who these people are. So, if you present a name in chat, you know, be prepared to sell me on the player that you want. You know what I mean? Tell me about him. Let me know who he is. You know? Tell me why I should pay attention to him. You know? Because I love checking out new players. I love seeing, like, players that are worth looking at. You know? But you gotta grab my attention. That's the key. Let's see. Mike Green, right? Let me see who this is. Okay, from Marshall. That's probably why I haven't heard of him. Okay, he's an edge rusher from Marshall. 17 sacks. 3 forced fumbles. 81 tackles. 38 solo tackles. I'm not crazy about the solo tackles. And that's one of the biggest pet peeves I've had with the defensive line this year is the solo tackling. You know, if you can't solo tackle, we're in trouble already. You know what I mean? And yeah, you might be able to pass rush. Yeah, you might be able to run defend. But can you wrap them up? You know, and that's been the issue. Is, yeah, just because he's from Marshall and he's had a lot of success in that conference, what would he do versus actual athletes in the ACC, SEC, you know, and Big Ten? You know, such as maybe Ohio State running backs. How would he do against maybe a Georgia running back? You know, and that's where he would really get tested. And see, that's why I'm not as big on these people from other conferences, because you have to really show me that A, you could wrap up properly with proper technique against a very, very athletic running back. And B, you have to have overinflated numbers. Now, I do like the sack count. I'll give you that. The sack count definitely caught my eye. But do I want him in the second round? Probably not. Because, like I said, I've been complaining about the lack of solo tackles all year long. Now, when you look at Nick Imawari, this dude has solo tackles coming out the wazoo. From the SEC, battle tested. This is your choice right here, I think. You could go oh, okay. We could get him in the third round. I'm not in a hurry for that for the running back position just yet. Tell you what, I think Nick Imawari is the choice right now. And then you got Barrett Carter to choose from at 74. 74 is going to be a big pick for me right here on this mock draft. But I got to have some safety help, and Nick is definitely going to be an immediate help. It's the right move to make here. Because if you don't grab him, somebody else will. Okay, 3 trade offers. No. No. Okay, down 2 picks, and I get a 168 and a round 6 next year. Interesting, Cowboys. Cowboys coming in clutch, man. They're throwing some interesting trade offers at me lately, man. I gotta say, this is tempting right here. What are you after? What are you looking for? I'll bet you it's Stutzman. I'll bet you it is. I'll bet you anything it is. I want that 5th rounder. I want that 5th rounder so bad. Oh, I want it. I want it, but I want that linebacker too. You know what I mean? Oh my god. That's painful. I'll be real with you. That's painful right there. Because Maffa's gone. Oh no, Maffa's still there. Holy cow, Maffa's at 177. Hold up. Hold the phone. Oh, we might miss on Shedeur Sanders, but we're going to get Maffa. And I like Maffa. Maffa's a beast. Maffa's a freaking train. Maffa's a freaking train. What do we got here? We got a 145 and a 162. Oh, man, that's pushing it, man. That's pushing it. That's seriously pushing it. I'm going to get Maffa, though. If I make this trade, I'm picking up Maffa. 100% I'm picking up Maffa. There is no question about that. And I like the idea of a 6th round next year too. That's extra padding down there. In case you want to move up to the 5th. You know what I mean? That's really nice. That's such a nice package right there. See, that's how you get my attention right there. Trade offers like that. That's what makes me want to deal. Okay, Dallas and San Francisco. Dallas and San Francisco. Which one of them is going to pick up Stutzman? Which one of them? Because I guarantee you, one of the two of them will. How much you want to bet? I guarantee you that's why Dallas wants to move up. I guarantee it. They saw me take Nick Imawari off the board. That's exactly why they're making a move. Because they want their linebacker. God. I'm so tempted to make this move. I'm so tempted, dude. This is such a good offer. That's so good. What do y'all think? I will leave it up to chat. What do you think? Should I take this? Should I take this and go after Maffa with the 168? Should I? Because that's what I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking of using that 168 on Mafa. Oh, man, that's tough. I want my linebacker, though. You know what I mean? And I get one shot at that linebacker. If I miss it... If I miss it, you're dealing with Chris Paul Jr. You're dealing with Jay Higgins. You're dealing with Bossa. And I don't know how much I trust Demetrius Knight at this point. Yeah, you do still have Jack Kaiser down here, but there's certain drawbacks with Kaiser versus Stutzman. Whereas Stutzman's more of an athlete. Oh my god. Alright, you know what? Holding my breath, crossing my fingers, dotting my I's, crossing my T's. Here we go. Don't do it. Don't you... Yes! Yes! Oh, it paid off. Oh, oh my god, it paid off. Oh my god, it paid off. I was so nervous, y'all. Oh god. That was nerve-wracking right there. If y'all have done mock drafts, and I'm sure many of you have had those moments where it's just completely nerve-wracking when you make trades like that, and you're just like, should I risk the biscuit or should I stay safe? You know? Because you had the opportunity to pick up Stutzman right there. You know what I mean? And you cannot predict whether Dallas or San Francisco are going to pick him up. You can't predict that. There's no way you could predict that. Unless you know what they did round one. And you know for a fact that they need a linebacker. Then you can predict that. Otherwise, it's a straight 50-50. You are rolling the dice. That's some scary stuff in a mock draft, man. Like, and especially on draft day. Like, when you roll the dice on draft day, you are really going Vegas all in. Throwing all the chips on the table. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's a beautiful move. It paid off this time. But, I mean, out of like 10 times, how many times is that actually going to pay off? I could not tell you. Honestly, I could not tell you. One pick down, and I pick up a 143. That's not bad. I'm not even gonna lie, that's not bad. There we go. Okay, here's the other one. Dolphins, no. Just no. Just no. Just no. No. Dolphins, I swear, if Stutzman is worth that to you, you need to give up. You need to fire your GM. Because there's no way. There's no possible way. That's way too many picks. That's not realistic. Alright, one pick down, and I pick up a 143. Oh, man, I like this. I like this. And I'm going to roll the dice one more time. Let's go! Let's go. Stutzman's still there. Okay. I mean, 1 or 2 picks, I mean, you're kind of rolling the dice, but it's not as big, you know? This is where you're really going to get screwed. When you move down to 88, you pick up a 4th, a 7th, and a 6th. Yeah, that's... No. I'm not moving down to 97. I'm not moving down to 91. No. This is as far as I go. Stutzman, welcome to the Panthers. God, that was magical. That was magical. I mean, like, you got to know what you're doing, man. You got to know what you're doing to make moves like this. And I know what I'm doing. Ooh, he's still there. Okay. Okay. Oh, and Devin Neal still here at 109? Oh, y'all shouldn't have. This is a gift. This is a gift, and I'd be an idiot to ignore it. Oh, my God. Devin Neal versus Sanders again. That's going to be 112. Yep. Okay. Because this one, I've got to go Tez. No. Devin Neal is still there. Obvious pickup right there. I know exactly what I want. Oh, man, I am masterminding this one. I'm masterminding this one, y'all. Y'all better stop me, man. This is criminal right here. Jeez. Give me Devin Neal. Oh, this is criminal. How much I am screwing over these teams right now in this mock. This is criminal. What is happening right now? What is happening? Oh my God. What? The Jets want me to move down to 155. They're going to give me a 6th. A 184. Oh my goodness. Yo, Jets, happy birthday, man. What is this? What is this? Oh my God. Are you joking right now? I literally have every possible area covered right now. I'm going to get Savion Jones at defensive end. We're going to get some immediate help at defensive end. Oh, don't worry. We're getting a defensive end. Don't y'all worry about that. This is just disgusting. Yeah, I know I've kind of neglected defensive end here, but if you look at what I've been able to pick up, like, that is disgusting. These teams are handing me these gifts, man. I'm going to get Savion Jones at 199. That's what I'm going to do. Yep. I'm going to get him about 162 probably. I'm not going to let him drop any further than that. Luke Lucky. Oh my god. I'm at the point where I have a shot at Luke. This is disgusting. These trades really paid off. I'm very, very pleased. Okay. I already know what I'm doing down here for these. I already know what I'm doing with those. Those are going to be offensive line picks. So right now I have a 139 where I could just mess around here. We already got our running back, I believe, right? Yep, we got Nevin Neal. We're okay there. How good is Diggs? I've heard good things about Joyner. I don't know too much about him, but I've heard good things about him. I do know about Savion Jones, though. I've watched Savion Jones. Trey Moore is pretty good, too. But he does have issues with tackling, from what I've seen. I think I'm going to sit this one out for a bit, and let's see if we can get like Savion Jones or Rucker, perhaps, from North Carolina, based on what we have here. If we don't go for Jack Beck, he's gone. I just feel like he's gone. You know what I mean? Jack Kaiser sitting there at 184. I mean, most of the action's going to be down here in these last 4 picks. So, the issue's going to be, do we use a random pick here for a wide receiver and just help out Tez? Or do we just jump right in and just get some edge help here? Because I feel like most of these would be a reach. And I don't want to reach. So. Ooh, Jack. Yes. No question. Jack is the pick right there. No question. Jack the offensive tackle. Yes. We're about to get our offensive line help too. Watch this. 143, 145. want Luke. Alright, Tennessee wants me to move down. Not happening. Bears want me to move down. Not happening. Browns want me to move down. Not happening. No. No. All these picks are horrible. All these trade offers are horrible. Alright. Okay. So here's what I see happening here. We already got our safety help. We got our tight end. Let's see. We still need a... I have a couple of ideas on offensive line. Edge rusher and corner. So a corner, huh? I know who I'm getting a corner. So I'm not pressed for time on the corner. The offensive lineman, I'm starting to hit that point with, you know, to where I might want to start pushing for him. Because there's a pair of them I want to get. I'm not going to say who, but there is a pair. Is there anything that would interfere with that? Potentially. Potentially. We've got to get either Savion Jones or Rucker down here at 168. Yeah, so whichever one we choose, it's got to be at 168. Cool. All right, so the last pick is at 204. And I'm going to be real with you. That's what's going to be my corner pick. Yep. I already know what I'm doing. Yep. I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing with this one. Alright. Y'all sit tight. I'm going to black the screen out so you can't see which offensive lineman I'm picking. And then we're going to pick that last player. Alright? We're going to hide the screen while I get these two picks in. I know exactly which ones I want too. Boom. Oh, you pricks. You got the other one. Dang it. Oh, you freaking pricks. Are you kidding me, dude? I got the one that was important, though. I got the one that was important. I'm still okay with that. Let me see about one other player real quick. This was going to be my backup to my backup. And then I'll let you guys know. What does this guy do? Okay. Okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. You know what? Hold up now. Ooh. I just found a name that I can add to the board. We may not be out of the hunt yet, as far as offensive linemen are concerned. If I don't get my two, man, I already know who I'm picking up next. Ooh. Okay. Let me send that to the team chat. Let me send that name to the team chat real quick. They need to know about this dude. Oh, yeah. Let me find out about this, man. I've heard good things about this dude, too. Let me look into him real quick, too. And then I'll be right back with y'all. Once I've made these picks. I'll be right back. Sit tight. Seth. Okay. Okay. I gotta make sure I spell this correctly. Is he not even on here? What the? Hold up, man. What the hell? What the heck is? No. Y'all can't just give me a name and then not have it on here. There he is. Okay. Yeah, pass. I got you. All right. Yeah. Yep. Now. Here's the tricky part. Alpha's still there. Oh, why do you tempt me with this? Why do you tempt me with that name? Why? Mock Draft, I hate you. Why? Okay. So we got our 2 offensive linemen. We're still looking for an edge rusher. Got you. Okay. So. Now. Back to it. Back to it, ladies and gentlemen. Do I go Savion Jones or do I go Rucker here? We do have the option of Powell Ryland. I think I'm gonna go with the battle tested guy. I'm gonna go with Savion. I think it's the right call. We got a B for that. Okay, cool. Cool. I feel like I made the right call. You know what I mean? And then corner. I know who I want. He'll still be there. Oh, yeah. By a mile and a half, he's still here. Trade down 3 spots if we get a 6th round. Interesting. You know what? None of these guys are what I want anyway, so yeah. Sure. Take him, dude. Boom. And a B grade to finish out. We got everything but quarterback. And you know what? I'm really happy with these trades. These really panned out. We may not get the A grade defensive end that we want, but one of these positions has to suffer in order for us to get everything else. And that's why I'm satisfied with it. You know what I mean? I'm satisfied with what we got. That's pretty freaking dirty right there, man. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to tell you. That's a filthy draft right there. Oh my goodness. What? My team chat needs to see this. That's disgusting. The moves I got away with in that one, that is disgusting. Look at these trades. That is masterful. That's your boy going to work right there and doing what he does in mock drafts. I got a nose for finding these talents, man. Pun intended. Excuse me for just 1 second. All right. Didn't want to scare people that had headphones on, you know what I mean? All right. Oh, that is genius level trading right there. That's how it's done. Learn from the master. This is how you trade in mock drafting. You target specific players. You stay ahead of where they're supposed to be drafted at. You put a market value on them. You know, you put a value system on them. You say, okay, they're going to go within this number and this number. And you stay within your lane. You know what I mean? You get those players just before that range. And I'm telling you, if you hit that sweet spot, you'll get your players every single time. Every time. I'm telling you, every single time. If you target a player, don't let the other teams know what you're doing. You know, and that's what's interesting about it is you change up that range from time to time. Just mess with the other GMs. Don't let yourself become predictable. But if you want somebody and you know that they are a positive target for you, I mean, Dan Morgan figured out how to do that. And he put on a clinic of how to get the players he wanted by moving picks around. You know, with Brooks and Sanders. And at first, I thought, you know, you're doing too much, you're doing too much, you're doing too much. And that's me saying that you're doing too much. Because Sanders I agreed with. But Brooks had that ACL tear. That's where I was just like, I don't know about this. You know what I mean? If you're doing this for the Wisconsin running back, you know, then yeah, I'm all for it. You know, green light. But if you're doing this for a guy with an ACL tear, yeah, you are rolling the dice. That is legitimately rolling the dice. I didn't approve of it, you know, but you know, I feel like we got a solid running back out of it though. I'm not mad at it. But he's got to stay healthy, though. That's the problem. If you went and gambled for all those picks, and this dude cannot stay on the field, it's just another CMC. It's a talented wide receiver, but if you can't keep him on the field, how is he helping you? You know what I mean? And that's the trick. You got to be careful with this. You got to know what you're doing. And see, like, I don't have all the information on some of these players with injuries, as far as injuries are concerned. But if I'm looking at just pure talent and what these guys can do, I'm pretty confident I'm going after the right people. You know, and I'm pretty confident that I'm targeting the right people. So, with that in mind, I'm going to do one more. I could do one more. These are nuts, though, man. These are nuts. All right, let's go again. Buffalo, you know what to do. Both the 7s for the 604. Done. All right. That's just right out of the gate. That ensures that we have a 6th round pick. Now, because we didn't before. Let's begin. Cam Ward. I mean, it just seems like the Titans just keep going for Cam Ward. This doesn't seem like... Oof. A round 1 and a round 2? Hold up, KC. Who are you going for? Hold the heck up now. It's not often you see KC make a move like this. What are you jotting for? What do you want? I don't like that. That's too aggressive. That is way too aggressive for them. Mr. Super Bowl champions right there. They're going for Travis Hunter. That's exactly what they want. Yep, 1,000% it's Travis Hunter. Yep. Since Abdul Carter is gone, obviously the pick is Mason Graham. I'm just not even fooling with it. I'm getting defensive tackle right out of the gate. I mean, this is just... I'm not playing games with defensive tackle, man. I want Mason Graham. I want him bad. Okay. Okay. Alright, Nicky Muwari is still here. Kyle Kennard is still here. So we got a choice between the two South Carolina players. Interesting. Very interesting. That's very interesting, y'all. I'm going to tell you something. I see some options at safety down here. And that's why I'm not in an immediate hurry to get Nicky Muwari. When I see Kyle Kennard sitting up here. And we need a solid defensive end. Yes, I'm going Kyle Kennard. That's not even a contest. So now, let's see what's sitting down here at pick 74. Patriots want me to move down to the 7th. Nope. Steelers. Okay. I'll entertain this one. Maybe. You're going to give me a 5th rounder? I'm interested in that. I can't do much with 2 7s and that you got down here. Unless I trade them for a 6th. Which I could do. But I'd be moving two 7s for a 6 next year. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that for this year. because I already did that for this year. So I'm not gonna double up. You know what I mean? I could double up if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. All right, 2 picks, and you're gonna give me all of this? What? Dallas, what are you doing, bro? Desperation move, much? Only for 2 picks? Is it worth it? Oh my god. They're gonna give me the entire store for next year. Look at this garbage. Let me see what they're after, man. I see Tez sitting right there. Let's see. I see Stutzman sitting here. I'm gonna wait on safety. I got a few options down there. I'm not in a hurry for that. No, on running backs. Jackson Dart is sitting here. Interesting. Okay. We got our defensive tackle. We got our defensive end. Honestly, Tez just looks so tempting here at 74, man. I'm telling you. He really does. I'm not even going to lie to you. I may start looking into Everett a little bit, but, you know, maybe Davison. I'll check into Davison, but, you know, I think it's too early. The main thing you're probably going to want is a linebacker here at 74. You know, and take your pick between these two, defensive tackle and defensive end. Switch them back and forth, you know, for 1 and 2. But linebacker, I think, is the 3rd round. I think that's a solid 3rd round. Because I'm not prioritizing a nickel corner that much, you know. But we do need one to help out. But a safety would be incredibly helpful. I'm going to wait until probably 109 to pick up a safety. Because I see a couple of options there. Without making moves, you know. Without trading around and doing all this nonsense, you know what I mean? And this is such a crazy offer. Like, I could do without all the future picks. I'll take the 4, 5, and 6, but, you know, I don't have any use for the 7. I say, why not? You know, I could do something with a 173. Why not? And I know that Stutzman's still going to be there because San Francisco hasn't been taking him. They've been taking this corner from Ohio State. And Dallas hasn't been taking him either. So, that's a good move for me. Do I want to move down to 82? No. Not really. Ooh. Bengals, you starting to play ball with me now. Look at this. 105, 141. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. Texans want me to move down to 89. No. You got to give me this year's picks, man. You got to give me this year's picks. I can't do nothing with next year's. So, Seahawks, Jags, you two are the only ones in the running at this point. If I was to take this trade offer, which I'm not going to, I can't use a 7. In either case, I can't use a 7. So it's between a 5th rounder here or a 4th and a 5th here. If I was to move down to 82 or 88. 82 or 88. That takes me out of the running for Stutzman. In either case. And probably out of the running for Carter as well. Which no. I gotta have my linebacker, man. I gotta have my linebacker. You're not gonna cheat me out of a linebacker, bro. So, what I'm gonna do, it's between Tez and Stutzman. Carter's a good third option. But I think it's between those first two. At 76. Honestly, that's where my head's at. Like, and I've been going back and forth for a while. You could wait and get Chris Paul Jr. You could sit down here and look at Jack Kaiser as well. But why would you want to do that when you're sitting here with Stutzman at 76? You know what I'm saying? It's just not a smart move to make. And if you miss on Stutzman, you still got Carter. So either way you win, you know, at 76. And on an actual draft day, I could see Stutzman going earlier. Carter, probably not. So, it just depends on what teams would be gunning for Carter, you know, to fit their needs. But Stutzman, he helps everybody. I really like Tez Johnson, but I do see Jack Beck down here. I see Joe and Noel. I see a couple of other guys down here. And that's why, you know, and I've seen Tez Johnson sit up there for a little bit too. I've seen him at 109 before. I've heard good things about Horton. So, I think the move here is Stutzman. I'm going to go ahead and draft him. I think that's the right move. And I don't regret it. You know? It's we need a coverage linebacker. We need that desperately. We got enough run stoppers, but if we get a coverage linebacker in there, it'll help these run stopping defensive players do their jobs better. You know what I mean? That's why I'm making that move. I get back a 7th and a 4th and a 6th next year. Nope. Pass. 127. I get a 5th and a 6th this year. Okay, Baltimore, what are you looking for? What are you trying to get? They're gunning for something. I'm not sure what. At 109. but they're hunting for somebody. Otherwise, they wouldn't be making a trade like that. So, they might be going for Carter. You know what? They might be going for Carter, actually. And there's Tez at 90. At 109. So, $97. Devin Neal sitting there. We don't immediately have to go for Devin Neal. You know, if we see something we like, you know, at 109, we could sit there and grab Raheem Sanders, and there's also Phil Maffa down here. You know, if you run a running back. So we don't immediately have to go in, you know, and hunt those guys. Although I do prefer Devin Neal over those two. I'm just being real with you. Devin Neal has such a bigger potential of fitting into the NFL and making a quicker impact than both of them combined. And I'm not just saying that because, you know, of his size and his physical strength. I mean, Devin Neal is just an animal. He's an animal. If you've ever seen him run, like it's. I don't watch Kansas football much, but when I do, I watch for players like that. Because players like that make it exciting to watch a Kansas game. And it's tough, man, because like Kansas doesn't come up with very many good players like that. It's very rare. I like Tez here because of the fact that the Ole Miss quarterback is gone. And because I'm not seeing anything else I want to jump on immediately, you know, I feel like I can just go ahead and sit on this one. And just go ahead and get my wide receiver. I'm going to get Taz. Happy with it. All right. Bears want me to move down to 147. Give me a 6th and a 7th. Nope. Nope. None of those. None of those. Nope. Get them out of here. Disgusting trade offers. Nope. Nope. Give me something I can work with here. Devin Neal sitting there at 112. Does look like the move. However, I do like Malachi more. So here's what I'm going to do. God. I don't want Malachi Moore slipping past 112. I don't want him doing it. This is tough, man. Arroyo's a really good pickup, too, at tight end. But you know what? I do see Terrence Ferguson there. And that's why I'm willing to wait. Yeah. Because Jack Nelson's going to be my next pick at 139. And I'll pick up Maffa down here at like 145 or something like that. Or 162. 162. So we really do need a safety. I think it's the right move. I'm going to lock that in. There goes Ferguson. There goes Neil, Frazier. Okay. Yeah. Expected. Okay. Okay. Yep. 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 Okay. Took one of my freaking offensive linemen, you pricks. That's all right. That's all right. Because I'm going to get Jack. That is okay with me. No, I'm not interested in a 7th and a 4th. No. No, I'm not moving down to the 7th round. No, I don't want a next year pick. No, I don't want to move into the 6th round. No. Nope. Now, here is where things get tricky. Because $145. Sanders is still here. That's incredibly tempting. 162. Yeah, he's still there. All right. Yeah. I do believe it is time to grab ourselves a running back. Mr. Sanders, welcome to the Panthers. And honestly, I like Sanders more than I like Maffa. And that's taking my Clemson bias out of it. I feel like Sanders has a lot more potential and is a much more powerful runner. Based on what I've seen. Not interested in those. Alright. That being the case. Now, we still need an offensive lineman, we still need a tight end, and we still need a corner. I'm going to show you how we get all of these. Watch this. Tight end. Now, I vouch for Drake at tight end. I very much vouch for him. Is this the right time to go and grab him? Sure it is. Why do I say that? Because if we don't grab him now, somebody else will. And we got ourselves an A for that. Very good. Now, I'm not even worried about this. Alright. Ooh, we could pick up a 212 and a Route 5 next year. Raiders. Now, aren't y'all playing with some fire? Look at this offer right here. I like this. I like this right here. Keep those types of offers coming right there. That's what I like. That's that smoke right there. That's that smoke I like. Give me them offers right there. Give me all that smoke. You know what I'm saying? Give me stuff like that. I'm about to rock and roll on this, man. They take my corner. They may have. Yeah, I think they did. Dang. Somebody reached hardcore on that corner. You're gonna regret that decision. Alright, now comes the time when I cannot show you what I want. So I'm gonna hide the screen. I'm gonna go grab my player. Alright, cool. And at 2:04, if Jack Kaiser is still there, please tell me Jack Kaiser is still there. Ooh, I would love to have Jack Kaiser. I feel like our corner room is okay, you know. Ooh, he still is here. Ooh. Oh, y'all tempted me with some nonsense right now, man. Jalen Smith. Yeah, I'm not feeling these corners. That's alright. That's alright. We'll go get ourselves a nickel corner somewhere in free agency, man. I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about that at all. We need help at linebacker, man. Bad. Because our run stopping was horrendous last year. Absolutely horrendous. I could go, These are bad options at corner. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I gotta go linebacker. I gotta go Kaiser. It was just too... It was too tempting. It was way too tempting. When you see Kaiser's name on that board, still in the 6th or 7th round, you gotta grab him. I mean, it's just common sense at that point. To let a talent like that go is just foolish. You're playing with fire. And see, these mocks are going so much faster now that I've got a greater understanding of what I'm dealing with. And, like, I'm starting to settle in now. I'm really starting to settle in. And look at these offers, dude. Like, normally, you would not expect to see, like, a 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th for next year in this trade. I would have settled for the 173, you know, for the trade down by itself. I would be cool with that. You know, I don't need a pick for next year. Unless you just want to give me a 6th. Then I'm down, you know. But otherwise, I'm not going to push it. Because I'm targeting a certain player at 173, you know what I mean? It's the 173 I want. But as a bonus, I got all that, you know, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, the 2 7s that I gave up gave me the 6 here at 204, and I mean that's just the smart play here. You want to get yourself in the 6th round. And with that 204, I got Jack Kaiser. And if you're not familiar with Jack Kaiser, he's projected around 6th. Sports Illustrated has the Cardinals picking him up around 4. Dolphins Wire has him picked up in the 7th by the Dolphins. Rams think that he's going to get picked up in the 6th. And there's your rankings by the College Football Network, Bleacher Report, CBS, and PFF. So there you go. And you got Barstool Sports that thinks he's going to get picked up at pick number 27, which is ridiculous. That was last year, though. And now, like, he's back in here. And he's officially going to be drafted this time. So, my whole thing is, like, yeah, this was a fun mock right here. This was a very fun mock. And I think a very realistic one. We'll see what's available to us. There's probably going to be some players available to us that we're not even looking at, though. But, you know, because maybe we'll move around somewhere and we'll do something, you know, crazy. But I hit on every major position. As you can see, every one of those positions was lit up except for corner and quarterback. And this is, again, operating under the assumption that we re-sign Andy Dalton or we pick up Geno Smith, maybe. Or a Justin Fields or perhaps Teddy Bridgewater. You know. Point is, we'll be spending free agent money to be picking up that quarterback. Or re-signing money. That is a lot of talent, guys. That we can actually do something with. I have a lot of faith in Dan Morgan to fully open up the floodgates and just have fun with this one. You know what I mean? We'll know a lot more information wise once we finished up free agency as far as what we should be going after. And these mocks are going to change based on that. But these are my way too early mocks. So hopefully you guys had fun with it. I mean, like, this is a lot of fun for me. You know what? I'm going to go one more. I'll go one more. I'm feeling it today. Buffalo. 7. 4-yard 204. Done. Let's start. Let's do one more. Cowboys want us to move to 12 spot. They're going to give us a second round, a third round, and a fifth round next year. Interesting. No. No, Cardinals. No. And I have a feeling we might get a couple of calls for this number 8 spot. I have a feeling. You know? If they see Travis Hunter on the board, if they see Abdul Carter on the board, you might see a couple of calls come in. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think Mikael Williams is still going to be there regardless. James Pierce Jr. is going to be there regardless. You know, Jalen Walker is going to be there regardless. So, those are your options, you know, other than Mason Graham and Abdul Carter, which I think one of the two will be there at 8. I'm not sure which one it's going to be. But, I mean, I know which one I want. You know what I mean? Okay. Certain Mitchell. Sawyer. Okay, Kyle Kennard is off the board. So, that means I'm going to say no to that. And I think the move here is either Stutzman or it's Nick Emery. It's one of the two, you know, at 57. Without having to move around, without moving up or down. You know, just staying at 57. You do have Barrett Carter sitting right here. That is an option for you. You do also have Maxwell Harrison. Um, hmm, hmm. Jackson Dart is sitting there at 60. Which, honestly, if you don't believe in Bryce Young, you're probably going to be wanting Jackson Dart. If you are paying attention to what Jackson Dart is doing versus Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, you're not going to want to deviate away from those two, typically. Unless you've been paying attention to Jackson Dart, which I have. And under the radar, this dude is my dark horse out of the quarterbacks. But, we'll see what happens, though. Not every quarterback is going to translate to the NFL, so you never know. That's a pair of Texas wide receivers. And remember what happened the last time we had Texas players on the board? We went for them. Don't be surprised if we go for one of these two at 57. We've had success drawing from the well of Texas so far last year. Don't be surprised if we go back to the well again. I'm telling you that right now. Be warned. Golden is a good wide receiver. I do like Bond as well, but Golden will give you a lot more leeway to do whatever you want, with your offense. Now, is he a number one wide receiver? No. You're still going to be hunting for one in free agency. So, I don't recommend going that route, but it's up to you, Again, this is my mock draft, so I'm going to play it how I want to play it. Unless you guys want to do some of the mock drafting yourselves as a chat, that'd be cool with me. Let me know if you want to run one, and I have time tonight. I don't care. I'll let y'all run one. You know what I mean? If you want to. After I get done with mine. I'm cool with it. Choice is up to you. If you don't, I'll just get to some video games and we'll just chill out for the rest of the night. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. No. If I could get a decent offer. What's Dallas doing? Oh no. Alright, Tennessee, come talk to me, man. Nah, y'all ain't got nothing I want. Y'all ain't got nothing I want. How about you, Baltimore? Ooh, okay. See, Dallas made a move, man. Dallas made a move. They moved up already and took their player. So we're going to have to be slick. Baltimore. I could just pick this. I could just pick Diddy right now. I could do it right now. I want to get another pick, though. Okay. The 135. Right? The 211. And that's what, yeah. Okay. Let's try that again. Y'all wanted to give me that? Oof. Okay, not the 127 got you. Oh, they're hunting for something at 127, y'all. They're hunting for it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 135. And I can go for their 201, but I can't get their 181. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm down for that. I could perhaps ask for a 7th. Yeah. Yeah. Let's ask her for a 7th. That way I can move these 2 7s next year and pick up a 6th. That's a smart move. This is 2 spots now. Baltimore. You better be willing to give me that 135, man. I want it. I'll let y'all have Nick Imawari. That's okay. I see a safety that I want on that board. I want Danny. Two 5th rounders, a 6th, and a 7th. Dallas. Now you wanting to play ball. Now you wanting to play ball. Who you after right now? Who you going after? Ooh, I see Jackson Dart on the board. Hold up. Hold up. Nah. Alright, so it's between Tez and It's between Tez and dang it, man. We're gonna need to get a defensive end free agent. What's out there right now? Wait, I need over the cap, don't I? That's what I need. At edge rusher. Okay. I like Joseph Osai. I've had my eye on him for a while. Shoot, man. Lorenzo Carter could be fun. Let's see. Turner, pass. Ojolari. Ojolari could be interesting. Okay. Well, based on what we know. Tell you what. I want Taz. I may have screwed up. We're going to see. Yep, I screwed up. We get Devin Neal. Not looking to move. No. Ooh, let's see. You know, I may have to go with okay, he's off the board. I might have to go. It's 112, right? Picking in at 135. Alright, so tough call, man. Tough call. Okay, so Arroyo sitting there. Lackey sitting there. Brimstall is sitting there. Terrence Ferguson is sitting there. We've got options right there. Let's see. 135 has to be Jack. Has to be Jack. Has to be Jack. Samurai Jack. Let's see. Mr. Jack Wilson. Nelson right there. So if we want another wide receiver, we can go pick that up, but I don't want that. I see some talent at safety here, so I'm going to sit on that for a minute. Still. No, they did not. Did they seriously just reach? Holy crap. Okay. It looks like a run on safeties right now, so I might have to get, I'm going to get Jalen Reed. That's a run on safeties. Definitely. Fifth round, no. 2 picks, no. You're gonna have to offer me more than just a 7, San Francisco. Come on now. No. Down 1 pick, and I get a 5th and a 7th next year. Seattle, you drive a hard bargain. You drive a hard bargain right there. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That was tricky. But my heart is in Jack Nelson. Yeah. Mr. Jack. Mr. Jack. Mr. Jack. Okay. They're going to be going after Miles Frazier here soon. Do I want to do... Okay. Here's the trick. I'm getting Savion Jones at defensive end. So, We've already established that. Corner, I've already got my man at corner that I want. Tight end. Tight end is Luke Lackey. At 139. Okay. Right, so we've decided on edge. That's going to be 162. Offensive line. $79. We're going to get him at 145. Corner. Okay, corner. 215. We could pick him up at like 201. That'll be fine. Okay, so this is starting to open up that 139 a little bit. To do whatever I want with. I gotta go, Luke. I gotta get my tight end. Now, Cowboys want me to move down 3 spots. They're gonna give me a 168 and a 6th rounder. Now, this is my type of trade right here. Bills want me to move down to 172. They're gonna give me 2 picks next year. Nope. Cowboys, I'm interested. Let's see. I was looking at who? Miles Frazier, right? Yeah. And I'm also looking at Savion Jones' next pick. So, you know what? Yeah, I like that. Go for it. Okay. I'm not getting an offer now. So. Okay. $79. We have quite a few picks here. So, I'm not opposed to playing around with this one a little bit. Since I know what I want at edge, I know what I want at corner, I know what I want at guard. You know. Those clowns reached on my guy again, man. What? Oh my god, I'm so tired of that. Alright, whatever. Jeez. Maybe I'm just overthinking this and maybe I just need to go for it. Yeah, there goes Frazier. That's what I was afraid of. Dang it. I wasn't overthinking it either. Oh boy. I'm not in the mood for trades. Took both of my freaking offensive linemen, you pricks. We could go Garrett. I'm gonna. You don't have much choice here. Jared Wilson. Who was I looking at again? Let me hide the screen real quick. While I go find out. I tell you what, I'm probably overthinking this. I think I might have to go Jared Wilson here. Yeah. It's the smarter move. Okay. We need a corner and we need an edge. Okay. Corner. That's my last one. Okay. Wait for. Yeah, Kaiser seems like the move here. I feel like anyway. Nah, I'll get Tower. Jack will be gone, but I already got my linebackers though. So I'm okay with that. Corner. $2.15. Okay. We already got that. Getting another defensive in here might be a good move. We still have 204 and 209. Corner. I think that I'm going to go. Ooh, there's Jamery Caldwell. Yeah, we can play around with this pick a little bit. Why not? We could use some help at defensive tackle. $2.15. That's the one I'm hunting right at the moment. Those were the right moves. I'm happy with it. It's not the most glamorous draft, but you know, once I started taking people that I wanted, like, that's when it started to go downhill. And I mean, it was that one trade that kind of screwed me and made me start jumping around, you know, and really start hunting players. Which is something I don't like doing. I don't like going on the defensive when it comes to drafts, mock drafts, but, you know, I still addressed every position though. I got everything but quarterback, of course. Defensive line, linebacker, wide receiver, running back, safety, offensive tackle, tight end, wide receiver, guard, edge, rusher, defensive tackle again, double up there, edge rusher, and corner. You know, so I got what I wanted out of it. Not the best one out there, but, you know, I'm going to throw it to my team chat, you know, for further study of what went right and what went wrong there. All right. But yeah, I'm kind of getting tired, guys, so I am officially going to call this one a stream, I think. I shouldn't have forced that pick with Baltimore. That's what I should not have done. That's where I got screwed. But whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah. Thank you guys for joining me. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down below if you feel like doing so. And don't forget to check out the Facebook group page. Keep pounding if you like. For in-game polls, reactions to NFL news, and for scheduling for the channel, as well as the news on the fantasy football Keep Pounding Fantasy Football League. Also, I'm using a new mic, so let me know how that sounded today. It is a HyperX mic. Really awesome mic. Love it. I think it worked out pretty well today. But let me know the sound quality, alright? Let me know what you think. Yeah, I'm kind of talking low right now. I do have my moments where I really need a mixing board. Because I have my moments where when I get tired, I don't speak loud enough. And then when I'm energetic, I speak too loud. So I'm really weird. I need a mixing board. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah. If you would like to get your hands on an intro like the one you see on screen, check out Lindara Ty on Instagram. Videos, panels, things of that nature for content creation. Start with her last name first when you search it, and then .Lindara. And that last name is spelled T-A-I. Alright, so T-A-I.Lindara, L-I-N-D-A-R-A. When you search it in Instagram. But I want to say thank you guys so much for the support and all the follows, all the new subs, everything. Much love to everybody. Shout out to Marcos Cash. Shout out to Anish. Shout out to Joel Valesco. And shout out to everybody that was following or watching this VOD or live stream and lurking. We appreciate all the lurkers. You're all welcome here, as always. You know, if you're just looking to learn something, you know what I mean? I lurk all the time on other people's streams just to learn things, you know? It's just a natural thing. You know, it's normal. So, but, yeah, we'll reconvene for Mock Draft Monday number 4 next week on Monday. So be looking for that. I may move it to Tuesday. I may move it to Wednesday. I don't know. Sometimes I move it around. It may not always be on a Monday. So, you know, stay tuned. Keep those alerts on. You know, keep an eye on the Facebook group page. I will always post something about it on there. And if I don't, then I'll post the replay VOD of the Mock Draft Monday on Facebook, of course. You know, which I'm about to do, actually, after this stream is over. So, because I am tired, I'm not going to be doing any further gaming today. But I will be doing some gaming either tomorrow or Thursday. So be expecting that in the evening. But I just want to say thank you very, very much for the support. Once again, incredible numbers and support, you know, and it's thanks to you that we keep this channel going and what we're doing. All right, guys, much love. It just would not stop when I freezed it. Okay, there we go. You guys know what to do. Stay happy, healthy, and well, and as always, keep pounding. All right. Peace, ladies and gentlemen.